This is so freeing. It's like I get to be whoever I want to be. I don't have someone chiming in on what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't have someone to answer to. It's just like, oh, I don't have anyone to answer to. Divorce log. I should do that. Divorce logs. Oh my God, because this was a fucking journey, dog. To get here was a fucking journey. It was like, yo, I'm entering 50. I have 50 years to go. I am entering 50. I'm entering the 50th lap. I'm in the 50th lap. But, and I'm free. Oh, I'm free. It's crazy because there's still a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. I should do video logs. I think that's what I'm going to start. I'm going to start doing video logs. I'll do video logs. Oh, yeah, I'll do video logs. Because this was a journey. This was like an evolution of me. Of me, us, we. You know, it was the evolution of, and it still is, because this is just like a level that we've reached, but this is not it. So it's going to be another mountain. I was going to make it move. I love that song. Anyway. But yeah. Sometimes the logs are going to be at home. Sometimes the logs are going to be at work. Sometimes I'm at work right now. It's my office. That's mine. Don't come for mine. Because my spirits don't play. So let's play nice. Shall we, boys and girls? Some of the shit I'm going to say is for the men. Some of the shit I'm going to say is going to be for the women. Some of the shit I'm going to say can be applied to both, and it's not gender specific. So this is the paradigm shift. This is the paradigm shift. It's the shifting of the mind, the shifting of the whatever. Stop paying attention to what's going on in the background of my place and focus on what I'm saying to you. Because we get distracted. There's so much distraction. Yeah. Divorce Chronicles will definitely be one. That will definitely be a TV show on the Paradigm Shift. That will definitely be a TV show on the Paradigm Shift Network. Oh, the Paradigm Shift Network. Don't take that. No, too late. I've already copyrighted it. Or registered trademarked it. Anyway. So this is just it. This is what it's going to be. It's just going to be a bunch of me talking, sipping tea sometimes, smoking weed sometimes, depending on the day. Because just because I'm divorced and just because, or when he moves out and he's gone, you know, and all that other stuff, depending on when you watch this, because all my shit is timed. You could watch it like your kids can watch it and be like, oh, that makes sense, you know. And it's just, it's not him. He just played his role. I need everyone to understand that. Like the stories that I tell, if I tell stories, because you know I'm a Scorpio. So like the stories I tell are why I do certain things, or like some of the things that he did was kind of messed up. Some of the things I did was kind of messed up. I did some things that I can remember that I was like, damn, girl, savage. So it was, he started out as, in my mind, he started out as my best friend. Like, he started out as my best friend, and he turned into my best teacher. You understand? He turned into my best teacher. And I learned my lesson, and it's time for him to go. That's all it is. It's like there's no malice. You understand? He could have made it a little easier. He could have been a little nicer. But at the same time, if he did make it easier, if he did make it nicer, I wouldn't have left. I wouldn't have left, and I would have stayed. Because you stay where you're comfortable. You absolutely do. You stay where you're comfortable. You don't run from what's comfortable. You stay where it's comfortable. You're comfortable where you are, so you stay there. So if he was who I wanted him to be at that time, I probably wouldn't even be working. You understand? Because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I probably wouldn't even been working. I probably would have been laid up with like 5 kids. Cali, New York would have never been built. The kids would have never known business. It would have been a different cycle, but the same cycle. So I'm thankful to him. I'm thankful to a lot of the people who kind of like played their role. Like, thank you for playing your role. That should be the damn name of the book. That's it. Thank you for playing your role. That's because there's people in my life, not just him, that fucking rocked my core, like, but I rocked it, like, ugh, and shit. And it was just like, I hated them. And I'm starting to understand forgiveness. And it's crazy because I'm starting to understand forgiveness, because forgiveness is understanding why it happened. But granted, look, I'm talking about my life. I try my utmost best not to give advice. I tell you what I do. You can do whatever you want to do, because even if we're both Scorpios, we're still different type of Scorpios. Because you may be born in November. I may be born in October. Well, I am born in October. So you might be, I'm a Scorpio with an Aries rising. So I move different. You might be a Scorpio with a Sag, like my son. It's like he moves different. He moves, and he's born in November. So he really moves different. He's like the brooding vampire that's in the corner of the teen flick, So was my brother. My brother was the same way. James was a brood. He was born in November. He was brooding. My other brother's a Sagittarius, and they move different. They do. They move different. Anyhow, so I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I know that I felt so alone in the beginning of this. I felt so alone in the beginning of this. I felt so isolated. I felt so ashamed. And it was just monkey branch after monkey branch. No matter who the person was, it was always like someone stabbing me in my heart. Like, not even my heart. It's like it's stabbing. Whatever is right here, that right here. Like, if you take your thumb, right? And I know a lot of you are going like this right now. You take your thumb, right? You put your hand here, and you go like here, especially women, because we have breasts, so we have a cavity. You understand? Right there. That's where it fucking hurts. Like, what is that? Like, what part of the body is that? You understand? Put it in the comments. So it's like, it hurts right here. I think this is where your heart is, your heart center. I think that this is where it is, not in your heart. You understand? Because every time you got shot, it was like, oh shit. And it was like your whole shit just caved in. And it was with people I didn't want to let go of. I didn't want to lose that relationship. I didn't want to, but then I really started to look at it. And I started to realize that it wasn't them who made me want to stay with them. It was who I was when I was with them that made me want to stay with them. Because I was doing stuff for them, and I was this and I was that, and I had this title and I had that title. But then I realized that I was only a title. I was literally only a title. I wasn't a person. And that made me uncomfortable because I'm a person. I'm not a title. I'm not a title of mom. I'm not a title of sister. I'm not a title of friend. I'm not a title of wife. I'm not a title of assistant. I'm not a title of designer. I'm a person. And it was kind of like being a celebrity that they forget that you're people. Like, I feel bad for celebrities. I feel really bad for celebrities. You know, David Chappelle was like, you made it horrible being a celebrity. He's absolutely right. Because you guys can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, you can't have dinner, you know, without people coming up to you. And that gotta suck, because that, you know, in the beginning, but then you get people who feel that they have a sense of entitlement to you. There's nothing wrong with fans, but the people who like the fans who appreciate your work, like they like, yeah, if they see you on the street, they're like, oh my God, it's amazing. And if you wave them over, they'll come over to you. You understand? Or if you're like, oh my God, can I take a quick picture? I'm so sorry. And that's different than these paparazzi people, these people who are like, and it's all a machine, but that I'm not even touching, you know, but it's crazy because they started to have a sense of entitlement. When people start to have a sense of entitlement, they lose sight of you as a person. They lose sight of the fact that you're supposed to be catered to as well. And it's like the Bible doesn't really help too much because it says the greatest among us is going to be the servant. So I, being the person I was at church at the time, it was like, oh, so I just got to serve. I got to serve because I wanted to do well. I wanted to do what was right. I wanted someone to be freaking proud of me, even if it's God and I can't really tell, you know. So I did that, and it felt empty, and I always kept hearing, "What are you doing this for?" I hated that question, and it's like I kept hearing in my head, "What are you doing it for? Are you doing this for this, or are you doing this for this? What are you doing this for?" And then I never realized, because it was always like, "Oh, I'm doing it for you, God," you know, because God told me to do it. No, that's still not a good reason to do things. And I realized that still wasn't enough. Because I knew for a fact I was doing more than enough to make God proud. And it was still not enough. Why? Because I didn't know who I was. And I wasn't doing it because I wanted to do it. You understand? And it's like, until you want to do something, don't do it. You understand? This weird thing that people like, get it done, you gotta do it. Now, I'm not talking about not feeding your kids. I'm not talking about stuff that is your responsibility. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about you run around that church trying to make sure everybody has everything, and you're putting your body in harm's way. I used to have bruises all over my arms from ushering these people that would just fly off into the spirit. My team, they held it down. The hospitality department, shit, my girls went to shit until we got infiltrated. But anyway, but they know what they did. So it's like you put yourself on the line for people and they don't do the same. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. You got to watch out for the ones that you do everything that they need even before they ask you for it. But they do nothing, or they do the bare minimum for you. That is not, and you are unequally yoked. You are unequal. You're unequal. You're not compatible. You understand? It's kind of like trying to put a Phillips screwdriver into a flathead screw. You can't do it. It's not going to work. You understand? It's not. It's not going to work. You need your match. You need your fit. And everyone is arguing with everyone else because you don't have. That's not the person you're supposed to be with. You understand? That's not the barrel. Jackie James said to me, if you're in a spot and it starts to turn into crabs in the barrel, you're in the wrong barrel. So I'm going to leave you on that. Words of wisdom from Lady JJ. Stay up. Stay blessed. I hope you liked this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Welcome to the Paradigm Shifts with Kayla New York. I'm your host, Kayla New York. Deuces.